everyone, it's Miss Elizabeth here with another plant that a lot of people think of as a weed, but I love to have in my garden, and I'm showing you right now one of the reasons that I like to have it here. So, can you guess what the plant is? And can you guess why I love to have it? See that little bee on the dandelion flower? So dandelions are often thought of as a weed because they come up in people's lawns, but right now, when there's not that many things blooming yet in the garden, but there are a lot of dandelions. The dandelions are such a good source of nectar and pollen for the bees. So I love to have them blooming in our garden, and I often will leave them and let them come up in places in the garden if they're not in the way of other plants that we're growing. So just a reminder, again, a weed is just a weed if it's growing, if it's a plant that's growing somewhere that you don't want it. But if you change your mind about plants that you want and where you want them, then a lot of things that you thought were weeds become not weeds anymore and actually really cool, useful plants. And dandelions are useful not just because of bees, but they're also a wild edible. So we have these wild edible plant cards. You can see dandelion is one of them. And the parts you can eat are the leaves, the flowers, stems, and the roots. So I'm going to see if I can dig up one of these for you, because dandelions, the parts that I like to use the most are the leaves. If you can pick the leaves and put them in salad, or you can put them in pesto, but they also make a really strong root, a tap root. That's the kind of root that goes down into the ground in one long straight piece. And see, this one, I broke that off actually. It probably kept going even further down into the ground. But the root of the dandelion is also a part that you can use. You can eat it, or you can chop it up and make tea with it. And it's actually really good for your liver, and good for your body to help you process toxins and make you feel good. So, and help your stomach. So you can actually eat the whole part of the dandelion. You can put the petals into a salad. You can put the leaves into salad or pesto. You can use the root in a soup or in a tea. So they're a really useful plant to have around, and the bees love them. So that's why I like to leave dandelions in my garden. Maybe you do too. Do you have dandelions in your garden or in your yard right now? You might just go out and see if you can find one and see if you can see some bees getting some pollen and nectar from those dandelions right now.